How you guys doing today? Oh, sorry about that. Hold on for a second. There we go. I can see you better. How you doing? Had to come down to the shop. It's a Sunday today. Had to come down to the shop because got another order. Actually, I've had a few, and this one is Brian. Recently I had Roy, John V. John V came out. Roy, Nate. Oh, Nate, your knife, guys. You are gonna love Nate's knife when I finish that thing. Wow, that is so. It's gonna be a really cool design. It's actually a knife I don't think I have ever made for you guys. Never. That's gonna be cool. Anyhow, I got a bunch of cool stuff coming up, but Nate, your knife is gonna be awesome, man. And now I just got Brian. Let's see, Brian C. I'm not gonna butcher your name, Brian. I can't see from here, my glasses. But I'm gonna put you all down for a second because I gotta make Brian his box and I gotta show you this new knife. Alrighty guys, so hopefully this is finding you well. Oh, let me make sure you're all straight here. Let's see here. There we go. There you are. I think you're kind of on the level, right? Yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on in here. Actually, I'm working on a Jasper. This is pretty cool. I got a nice little Jasper here. This is actually my Jasper. I'm going to try to start making knives. I think I've mentioned it before. I'm starting to make knives for myself for the shop to fill up my Pelican case. And when I go off to like the Northwest Overland Rally, I'm going to try to have one knife of every style I make so people can get their hand on it. This is dyed stabilized spalted maple. That is so cool. Nice sharp taper tang. Look at that. That is awesome. So, like all of your guys' boxes, once I get your order, I pull a tub out for you, and I put that in there, and I will put your name on the tub. I will put a number on the tub in the order in which you were received. And Brian here is number 30 in the list of all the knives I plan on making today. Today. I'm funny. Let's see here. So Brian, and you're number 30, and you picked out a coyote pup. Nice. There we go. So what I do is I pull all of the parts, all the materials. I make you a box. I go through, I grab all the materials. So Brian picked, he wants his to be sandblasted, matte gray finish. He wants the coyote brown Kydex, and he wants, let's see here, what are we doing here? Canvas micarta black. So you're going to have a black canvas micarta scales, you're going to have a coyote brown sheath, and you're going to have a matte gray satin finish. Okay, there we go. And he's down in Bend, Oregon. So cool, Brian, thank you very much for that. But also, it's done, guys. This is a new knife design. I saw a lot of other makers with different style shapes. My favorite knife is the Santoku. I have a couple of them in the house that I make everything with pretty much. I rarely use a chef's knife, and I seldom ever use a carving knife. I'll actually use a carving knife to cut bread. I won't use a serrated knife that much. I'll actually use a long, slender carving knife. But I mostly use a Santoku, so I have a couple of them. And they're no Santokus. I don't have any kitchen knives of my own. The last couple of knives I made for myself, I did a video, I showed you guys about them or something, and somebody came by and bought them, only because they were former customers, and they really wanted something for themselves, like Tammy, for instance. But this knife is a Kiritsuke. Now, Kiritsuke and the Kiritsuke in Japan, the little bit I remember reading about and was told about is in Japanese culture, culinary culture, everybody's got a tool for something. There are sushi knives, there are vegetable knives, there are knives you use for different types of fish and pork and other producing different things in the kitchen. Well, the Kiritsuke is a knife that a master chef would use for doing a multitude of tasks. He wouldn't necessarily drop one knife and grab another one to do the task. He would use just one. So I got to thinking, like, that's a really cool knife basically to portray what I do, because even though I'm not a master chef, it's the Santoku is what I always go to. And whenever I go and I drop my Santoku and I go to a chef's knife, it's because of the length. But for some odd reason, I just love the shape of the Santoku and the feel and stuff like that. And I always go back to that one. But I said, wow, when I saw the Kiritsuke, I was like, wow, I can make myself a 12-inch Kiritsuke. And it's kind of got more of that, like that Santoku shape to it. But it's a little bit longer. So I made myself one because I had to do a video to show you guys what these might be looking like. Because this is the first one. This is the prototype. But I also wanted a knife for myself, if not two, for the Northwest Overland Rally. So when I go there to do my customer appreciation luncheon and my YouTuber meet and greet luncheon, I was going to start prepping and doing things, and I want to use my knives to showcase them. It would only make sense, right? So I made myself a Kiritsuke, and so I got myself a Kiritsuke in a raptor skin holsteck sheath here, or scabbard. But to get back to this now, this knife was made out of S35VN stainless steel, and I used the last of the 3 pieces of dyed stabilized burled maple. The first of these 3 was used actually on the Mission House knife 3 years ago, I think that is now, when I did a knife for Faith Mission House to do an auction to raise money for that. You go back, or I'll put a link below, or at the end of this, I'll put a link to that playlist about the Mission House knife. It was a really cool knife, really classy, and the scales came from that batch of 3. Now the second set of scales, just like this, went to, I think it was Brian, another Brian. He had the Coyote Works knife, but he liked the shape and the size of the Coyote Works knife, but he didn't want Coyote Works on it. He had Jesus Pressed or something like that on the side. He wanted that etched, and he had the Air Force pin on the back of the knife. And that was the second set of scales of this 3-piece set. And this is the last of that 3-piece set. Now this set of scales is at least 4 years old, and it'll never be replaced again. And that's what I like. It's very unique. Just like some of the other knives I've showcased here in the past that were dyed stabilized or clear stabilized. Liza's knife was a perfect example. Mark bought one of the Homeless Coyotes last year. That's another perfect example. That's a set of scales that's been dyed or clear stabilized that can never be replaced again. It's like a fingerprint. And that's what I really like about the knife making process, putting a little bit of that, it's like emotion. You're putting that in there, nostalgia. You know, it's an heirloom. This wood, I'll never replace again. If I mess up this wood, I messed up this knife. That's it. It's not like I could go back and get a piece of oak or just a normal piece of maple. I would never be able to dye stabilize a piece of burl and have it look like this. So, but this is mine. But I will be taking this with me to the Overland Rally, most likely, if I don't forget it at home. But I'm going to make myself a Santoku and a chef's knife as well, and I'm hoping a carving knife at some point. I do have some material to make them, so it's just I fit one of my knives in during the process of making knives for you guys. So right now I have James's knife, his chef's knife is done. His Coyote Works knife is in the kiln, getting ready for heat treat. And I'm working on Brian, another Brian. Brian is a common name. So I'm working on a Brian and Andrew. And then Travis. Yes, Travis, you know, you're the only Travis in the group there. You guys, your Coyote Works knives are in the works right now. And then I've got a couple other new style knives that I'm coming up with. I'm actually working with 2 other people. And one person's going to get their, well, more than one person is going to get their knife at the Northwest Overland Rally. So hopefully you all will be there for that. And I'll get to meet you. So again, customer appreciation, little luncheon. I'm going to do some carne asada, some guacamole, some freshly sliced tomatoes. But yep, so I wanted to share it with you. So again, Brian C, thank you for your order. And thank you to everybody else for your orders. So I'm going to go ahead and fill Brian's bucket up, get it on a shelf with everybody else's knife, and then I'm going to go back up and start editing a couple of videos because today's Sunday and I'm kind of chill today. I don't do too much in the shop. So I'm going to do some editing and just kind of some relaxing because the next week is going to be super busy like this last few weeks have been. So again, remember folks, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. You're keeping me from the bottom of the YouTube bucket. We hit 10,000 subscribers. Woo! Woohoo! Anyhow, gang, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's been quite a humbling trip, and I do enjoy everything. And hopefully, again, I'll see you all at the Northwest Overland Rally coming up in Plain, Washington this June. Y'all take it easy. Bye.